So Godzilla vs. Kong is now out globally. It's absolutely smashing the box office in China, smashing the box office in America, and smashing the video in demand here in England. So what is good, YouTube Warstu here? You thought the Godzilla vs. Kong Kaiju MonsterVerse videos were over? No, they're not going anywhere. So what is good, YouTube? Let me know down below how you doing today. Right, check us out on Instagram at Warstu if you want to see the face behind the voice. Also check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. Right, let's get into this video. I want to talk about a few things, and there's some potential information coming out about what the actual post-credit scene was. We know there was one, but Adam Wingard has been very indirectly misleading with things that he said before the movie came out publicly, so to speak. So there's one variation of the story is that the post-credit scene was in the actual movie, but it was jingled around, kind of, which is interesting because I've been sat on this information for a while. So, you know, I got the test screen information, which was pretty much right over a year ago. So from the same source, I was told there was a supposed post-credit scene that was shown during a test screening that essentially set up some kind of alien invasion. Oh my God, King Ghidorah, not King Ghidorah. Some kind of alien invasion that essentially set up some kind of alien invasion, some kind of out of this world based storyline. And what screamed out to me was Space Godzilla. That is what I was thinking. So I've had this information for a while, weeks, if not months, so to speak, but I never actually came out and said anything because we did the Destroyer video, which I was also told that I was wrong. But unlike other creators, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I was wrong. I've already said I was wrong in a video we did the other day where we stated why there wasn't a post-credit scene, because there was going to be one, but Adam Wingard didn't want to pigeonhole himself into a corner. Interesting, even though this movie has done very well in every country it's in, smashed it in China. Very interesting. We're going to go over the numbers in a bit, but I think, and a lot of other people, a lot of the creators and YouTubers and stuff that I talked to behind the scenes, they're all kind of frustrated, or not frustrated, annoyed in a way that there wasn't any setup for the next movie. We understand that the Toho license with Legendary Pictures apparently is up after this movie, but based on the numbers, based on how well it's doing, there's going to be a renegotiation for a new contract. So yeah, Space Godzilla would have been such a cool setup. I know a lot of people wanted Destroyer because you could kind of say in King of the Monsters there was certain scenes that set up a Destroyer-based Titan to turn up, but with the fact of how strong Mechagodzilla was in this movie, it was kind of, I guess you could say, a Batman versus Superman scenario. And was I the only person that wanted like a Martha scene? You know, when Godzilla and Kong were fighting in the final battle, and I just wanted one of them to say Mothra, then they stopped fighting, and then they both discovered that they're actually related to Mothra somehow, and that was going to stop the fight. No, I'm joking. I really am joking, but that would have been hella funny. So I really loved how Mechagodzilla looked in this movie. Completely OP, beautiful. This movie was stunning, aesthetically pleasing, visually stunning. These VFX CGI scenes, they completely ripped up the city, didn't they? They completely destroyed it. It was so freaking savage. So Space Godzilla would have been freaking cool if we did get a post-credit scene. That would have been cool, so to speak. But the way it's left the movie, it could go anyway. It could go Godzilla standalone movie, Kong standalone movie, or something else could come. If this kind of post-credit scene is real, and I spoke to a bunch of people, and apparently it was real, it was to set up some kind of alien extraterrestrial based being, but I don't know because I can't confirm or verify this, and it does sound pretty similar to King Ghidorah. But if you do look at the origins of Space Godzilla, the origins have confirmed that yes, he was indeed a clone of Godzilla originating from outer space. And if it was an alien space kind of post-credit scene, then who better than Space Godzilla? It really would have been a cool storyline. So guys, let me know, what would you want the Kaiju MonsterVerse to do next? And also something that's come up in the comment section, and I've been talking to a bunch of other people about this, is where the hell were the Titans? What do you mean? The other Titans? All the Titans aren't dead. Where are they? Where was Behemoth? Where was Warstu? We could have had a bunch of other Titans appear in this movie, but we didn't. But Adam Wingard said we're going to be introduced to a bunch of new creatures, characters. Was he just insinuating Mechagodzilla? Yes, I know like Nezuki, Warbat were there, but we knew that from Toy League. So I was a bit disappointed from a Kaiju MonsterVerse fan that we didn't get anyone like Leviathan, or we didn't get introduced to any, I know Hellhawk and creatures like that kind of appeared, but there was no Ronan, there was no like other creatures that could have randomly appeared. So you're probably going to see a bunch of other YouTubers bring up this subject in the next few days or week or so. Where the hell were the Titans? And to be honest, there is no actual explanation of where they are. I'm thinking more Titans, budget would go up. So the only arbitrary explanation I can come up with is they just didn't have the budget or they just didn't want to do it. So it is pretty interesting. I've watched it 3 times now, so maybe I've missed it, but I didn't notice any other Titans in the movie outside of Warbat and the other Titans that we've already mentioned. So guys, let me know, where were they? Because Hollow Earth, they could have all literally been in Hollow Earth. That would have been interesting if we were introduced briefly to a split second. The way Adam Wingard was talking, it was almost like if you blinked for a second, you would miss like a crazy Titan appearing, but I don't actually think that was the case, unless maybe I missed something. But let me know down below, guys, as this is a MonsterVerse Kaiju community that we're going to be building up. We're still going to be doing Kaiju MonsterVerse based videos going forward on this channel. Obviously, it won't be as frequent, but when news does appear, we will be covering it for sure. So right at the start of Godzilla vs. Kong, there's the opening credits, and it essentially tells you which Titans were defeated. We get Ronan, King Ghidorah, Mothra, Mutu, the giant skull crawlers from Kong Skull Island, and they were listed as defeated. A few of these monsters were known to be dead, but it didn't say anything about Rodan, did it? The movie didn't really mention that he died, did it? No. So interesting. And then it obviously tells you there's a 5-year time gap, but we don't know where the Titans were because all these other Titans were just listed as defeated but not dead. It was a good history lesson for people that aren't fans of the Kaiju MonsterVerse. But would they kill off the fan favorite Rodan, who could possibly be the next big bad for Godzilla in Godzilla 3? Potentially he could reappear, because we don't actually concurrently know exactly what happened to him and where he is. So all the monsters in Hollow Earth, there weren't really many. We have the Warbats that Kong kind of needed help with defeating when they first go into Hollow Earth. We have the, I don't know what to call them, the crab monsters that we see right as Kong is going to his king throne room, I guess you can say. We have the Hellhawks who appear. We have the pterodactyl base looking creatures. They're the first creatures that appear in Hollow Earth who were flying around. I don't know what their actual name were, but they look very similar to the reptile kind of creatures in Skull Island sequence that we do see, so maybe it's them. But realistically, I was disappointed with the amount of Titans that weren't in this movie. Yes, they explained that most of them were defeated, but we could have had Behemoth, we could have had Warstu, we could have had a new creature other than Mechagodzilla, because let's be honest, Mechagodzilla is pretty much defeated. So what's happening in MonsterVerse going forward? Well, I can officially confirm that we most likely will be getting another Godzilla or Kong movie, as it has been smashing the box office record. So it hit just under $10 million domestically in America on the opening night on Thursday. Why is that so important? Well, Infinity War hit 39 million during a normal state of play in the world. And you got to think about it, most cinemas in the global market in America are running at 50% capacity. So the fact that it hit nearly $10 million, which is nearly 25% of what Avengers Infinity War did, and Avengers Infinity War is it's like 10 years, 20 movies into their franchise, and Godzilla vs. Kong absolutely smashed it. As of time recording this video, it's getting close to $200 million, which is freaking insane when you think about it, because we're in a pandemic. So it is smashing it. It's done just under $100 million in China in the first 8 days, which is huge. You got to understand, this is actually a streaming movie. So it's nearly hit $200 million already in just over a week, which is insane. And it's only opened in America recently. So it's fair to say that this movie will probably smash the pandemic record, which is freaking insane because we're in a pandemic. It's just a shame that here in UK you couldn't actually watch it in a cinema. Now, according to boxofficemojo.com, it took just under 17 million on Thursday, and Wednesday, sorry, I earlier said Thursday, I meant Wednesday, it did just under 10. So that's insane, because most people that go to the cinema generally go at the weekend. So at the moment, the total box office, according to this website, is 140 million, but that was from the 1st of April. Other data from other articles and websites that I'm reading suggests it's closer to $200 million, which is insane. So we definitely will be getting another Kaiju MonsterVerse movie for sure. It's just a case of when, not if, because how popular this movie would do, and it actually is doing great. It's just a real shame that it wasn't released when the world was open 2 years ago, when this movie should have opened. It would have done so much better. So it's kind of annoying, but I'm pretty sure we will be getting another Kaiju MonsterVerse movie at some point, and I really think they missed a trick with setting up someone like Space Godzilla in the alleged post-credit scene. And it's interesting, guys. Let me know, what do you think about where the Titans are? Why are the Titans not in this movie? Where were they? Did did they introduce new Titans that I missed in Hollow Earth? So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. I will catch you in another video. But first, check us out on Instagram at Warstu if you want to see the face behind the voice. Or check us out on Twitter and let me know, what other Kaiju MonsterVerse movie videos do you want? The MonsterVerse content is not going anywhere, but it's going to have to slow down because there's no movie to talk about. So like always, guys, I'll get you in another video very soon. Catch you later.